Hey guys, so you're trying to decide what platform should be your streaming home. I mean, Twitch has hit all-time highs, Facebook has had record year-over-year growth, YouTube is at their highest concurrent viewership yet, and Mixer has more streamers than Facebook Gaming and YouTube combined. It's a crazy time. We're gonna break it down and show you the nitty-gritty details, maybe some that they don't want you to know, so that you can take a look and really figure out where you need to be. Stay tuned.
I'm the CEO, it's Mega Chop, you already know.
We're gonna break this down by 4 different categories: hours streamed, hours watched, the unique channels, which essentially is how many different streamers there are on each platform, and what's called the CCV. This is concurrent viewership. So if you're watching a streamer's channel, you're looking and you're seeing how many viewers they have. It's gonna take the average viewership across their hours that are live, and that's their concurrent viewership. So when we look at a platform, we take the hours streamed across a 24-hour period throughout the entire quarter, break that down, how many days, 90-ish days, and the concurrent viewership over the entire quarter. So we're going to try and look at it from those high levels. We're going to use the technical terms, but I'm going to break it down for you guys so that you can understand. If you're not familiar with the lingo, it is hard to try and immerse yourself into the data and the statistics if you're like, I have no clue what the flip they're talking about. I get it, because I was there, 2 years ago when I started into streaming. I had no idea what CCV was or unique channel. I'm like, what? Come on, English. Can you just break it down? So that's what I'm gonna do. This is the start of our videos where I'm gonna break down the streaming world for you in more easy to understand terms, translating what they are so that you know when other people talk about things, you're gonna have a clue of what they're talking about. So we're gonna dive into the statistics on all 4 major platforms, right? Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, and YouTube, because they all have live streaming and they all do it in their own unique way. And truly, your streaming home should be where you feel most comfortable, where you feel like your content is going to be the best received. So where's that going to be? Is that going to be the platform that has the most viewers, the platform that has the most concurrent viewership, the platform that has the most streamers? I'm going to break it down ultimately and let you guys know. I'm going to throw in some extra things that aren't on these slides. I do want to give a shout out to Streamlabs for providing this information. They have partnered with Stream Hatchet, which has some incredible data that they've put out there. So all of these slides, thanks to Streamlabs and Stream Hatchet. I'm breaking the information down, hopefully in a little bit more easily digested manner. Realistically, their report that they put out quarterly is incredible. They break it down in great ways. I'm hoping to bring it to life more, especially, like I said, for people who aren't 100% familiar with the different terms, and give you Mega Chop's take on all of this, because I love numbers. I love digging into them, figuring out where are we at here, where are we at there. So I'm going to give you my take ultimately on what this looks like as well. So all of the numbers that we're going to be talking about are from the first quarter of this year, 2020. These numbers are going to look a little bit different, potentially even skewed due to the fact that we are currently going through COVID-19, and that has caused many more people to be indoors and viewing streams than normal. We absolutely see this in March is when that uptick really happens, and you're going to see that as we show the slides throughout this video. The first statistic that we're going to look at is the number of hours streamed. This is quite interesting. The number of hours streamed is not a telltale sign of viewership on a platform, and you're going to see that as we get further into this data. The top platform by far on the amount of hours streamed is Twitch, coming in at over 121 million hours. That's insane. That's a lot of hours streamed, because the next platform closest to them in hours streamed is Mixer at 28 million. That is a massive, almost 100 million hour difference between the 2 platforms, which is just crazy. Then YouTube Gaming coming in at just over 14 million hours streamed, and last but not least is Facebook Gaming, just under 5 million hours. This is absolutely a ton of hours combined between the platforms. I think we've seen a bit of an uptick even further because content creators know during our current situation that more people need entertainment. More people need an outlet to go to at this point because they're spending more time than ever indoors. Now we're going to look at the hours watched. This is where it becomes more interesting when you just heard the statistic of hours streamed to how many hours are watched. I feel like it's going to be a bit staggering as you look at the numbers. Now, Twitch's makes sense. They actually set a record. They achieved over 3 billion hours watched. That's crazy. They are actually rivaling some television networks. So they clearly have a massive amount of viewers. You don't hit 3 billion with 3 or 4 viewers, right? So that's unbelievable. Let's take a look again at this in decreasing order. So the next in line is YouTube. They have over 1 billion hours watched of live streaming content, okay? This is not factoring in their offline, the pre-recorded videos that people watch. This has nothing to do with that. This is only their live streaming. Then we have Facebook Gaming, which has over 500 million hours watched, which is another incredible feat. Now we're gonna look at Mixer, who is the second overall hours streamed, and they had 81 million hours of viewership, by far the lowest number of hours of viewership. And if you take that compared to their hours streamed, that's a pretty dramatic gap. And I think this is really the start of a trend that we're going to see as we continue looking through all the numbers for the streaming platform. Now we're going to look at the amount of unique channels. So again, the streamers that each platform has, and we're going to see similar trends as we break down these 4 platforms. Not surprising, Twitch comes in at just over 6 million streamers on their platform. That's a lot of streamers. But if you remember, they broke 3 billion hours of viewership. So they absolutely have the viewership to support that amount of streaming. Then coming in at second, very much like our stream, we see Mixer with over 4 million streamers. When you think of their 83 million hours watched, that doesn't fare so well. I wish that I could speak differently on these numbers because Mixer is the first big platform relatively that I was partnered on, and I absolutely love. They've got a special place in my heart. For anybody who knows my channel though, we have converted 100% of our live stream content over to Twitch. And you may see why by the time we finish this video. Again, if we continue on, so we've got Twitch at first for overall streamers, then Mixer coming in second, then we have YouTube with just under 900,000 streamers, and we have Facebook Gaming with 130,000 streamers. So now if we take a look at the 4th and final number that we talked about, and that was CCV. If you remember, that's concurrent viewership, and that takes the average number of viewers watching at any given time over the first quarter of 2020. So we have Twitch coming in at a very impressive 1.6 million concurrent viewership on their platform in the first quarter. Then we have YouTube Gaming with just under 500,000 concurrent viewership, and then we have Facebook with a little over 250,000 concurrent viewership. And looking at Mixer, again, they were second overall in a couple of these statistics. The ones that really matter for platform growth and that help drive you forward, they came in at just over 37,000 concurrent viewers. And not only that, Mixer is the only platform out of this entire group that not only isn't growing their viewership, they're not growing their concurrent viewership, they're not growing their overall numbers viewed. All of it is on a decline. The thing that really worries me about Mixer is they brought on Ninja and Shroud in the second half of 2019, really. And all of these slides, if you look at them as I showed them throughout, their viewership, especially the second quarter of 2019 until now, approximately a year, has been on a decline. It's concerning to see 2 of the bigger names in all of live streaming move to a platform and you not show any signs of growth. And actually you go in the opposite direction of what you were hoping to do. I'm not trying to say that it's the end of Mixer or even the beginning of the end of Mixer. I mean, they have Microsoft support, which is awesome, but they're going to need to do some dramatic things in the marketplace to turn anything around, because they didn't come through with an impressive performance. When they did bring over Ninja and Shroud, they struggled with a lot of platform difficulties, performance issues, which ultimately caused viewership to transition back to their home platform. And if there's one thing that we learned through this platform move, if you look at the consistent concurrent viewership of Ninja and Shroud, is we see not only a game loyalty at times that surpasses the loyalty to streamers, whereas if you watch a stream when someone transitions from game to game, that their viewership will outcry, why aren't they playing Call of Duty, or why aren't they playing Fortnite anymore? That's the game that really made them, right? But we see a platform loyalty that surpasses streamer loyalty. And I get it, if you're comfortable watching on your platform, the one that you're used to doing, maybe it's not knowing that the streamer switched. Maybe it's not knowing how to use the new platform. I don't know what it is exactly until someone would break down that data and know what it is that deterred them. But for one reason or another, they chose Twitch over Ninja and Shroud. And this is in no way picking on them. I think it's an interesting statistic. And if you're a streamer in this world, you need to know and understand that. And maybe it's because of their mass audience. They don't have a way to necessarily connect on a one-on-one basis once you have 30, 40, I mean, even at times over 100,000 viewers when they were on Twitch. But it's definitely something to be aware of as a streamer in this world, that you have to consider all of these things when you're looking at where do you want to be, where do you want to land, and how do you want to go about your streaming. So let's break down the concurrent viewership, or the average viewers, a little bit more on a per platform basis, just to give you an idea of about how many average viewers there are per about how many average streamers there are on the overall platform. So if we look at these numbers, the top overall in concurrent viewership is pretty crazy. We have Facebook coming in with an average concurrent viewership of 112 viewers, which is very impressive. So that would be, there's about 112 viewers at any given time on the platform per streamer. The next closest to them would be YouTube with about 71 concurrent viewers. So 71 per streamer. Then on Twitch, we have a concurrent viewership of about 25 viewers per streamer. And on Mixer, there's an average of about 3 viewers per streamer. Now, I wouldn't 100% make my decision based on a streaming platform only by this number, but it is a pretty telltale sign, especially when you take overall statistics, historical statistics, and you put them all together. I also like to look at the untold variables, the things that you don't see in all of these numbers. When you look at Mixer as a platform, they've obviously grown dramatically, but I've been a part of their growth and I've seen it. You do have a bit of a tight-knit community, and it has changed a little bit, that dynamic over time, but the staff is very connected with their streamers, which I say is a huge plus for the platform. To have staff that genuinely cares about their content creators and not only are involved in helping the platform progress, but you can actively see on any given night actual Mixer staff in live streams, and not even night, during the day too. They're in live streams, they're interacting, they're chatting, they're supporting. If there's something that comes through, I've had them come into my chat and say, hey, just so you're aware, yada, yada, yada. I love that aspect. That is something that is irreplaceable when you have a platform that's trying to be that connected with their streamers. On Twitch, sure, some of the biggest streamers are going to get that level of treatment, but certainly not all levels of streamers. Then when you look at Twitch, they obviously are the longest running, most established platform, starting originally as Justin TV and now being Twitch. They have some of the most incredible tools, greatest statistic tracking that you could see across any and all of the live streaming platforms that are out there. I personally love seeing this level of breakdown. As you can tell by this video, I'm a numbers guy. Twitch gives me all the numbers that I like to see. They let me know what other streamers, individuals typically watch when they're not in my channel. They let me know what what games people are typically viewing when they're not in my channel. Those things are all helpful as a content creator because we can get a better idea what does our audience truly want to watch. If I'm live streaming Call of Duty all the time and they want to see Barbie's dream house, well, they're gonna have to go somewhere else because I'm not streaming that. Sorry. As we look further into the other platforms, YouTube is a phenomenal platform. They have incredible offline content, a great way to find it. Their live streaming, not so much. It's actually very difficult to see when your favorite live streamer is live. And if you don't have notifications turned on, you're definitely not going to know when they go live. It's not built for live streaming, and I get that because they're primarily an offline type of a platform. But I think if they do advance, we are going to see a dramatic change in the live streaming landscape if YouTube picks up real good live streaming support for their live streamers. And I think that's right around the corner with some of the rumblings that we're hearing in the industry of what they're doing. Then you have Facebook. They just launched their mobile live streaming viewership platform, which is very cool. I've played around with it. There's a couple of streamers that I follow that are on Facebook, and I think what they've created is very cool, but they still have a long way to go in the live streaming realm. I mean, if you're familiar with Harris Heller, he's launched Streambeats, which is a free catalog of music for live streamers, and they're muting people's VODs for having that in there. It's freely provided. There's no content protection on it whatsoever from him, per him. He's very public. He's told it to all the platforms. So it's concerning to have a live streaming platform that's not listening and is still muting VODs. And when I live streamed Madden on Facebook, it was incredibly frustrating because the music built right into the game was getting muted on my VODs. So you could go through and watch my VOD of Madden, and in between every game, there was stuff being muted. And a lot of times that's when I was giving valuable insight or content or great interaction. So as you can see, all platforms really have their own niches, they have their own strengths, they have their own weaknesses. I can't say that there's a clearly defined winner amongst all platforms. I personally feel like Twitch for my community is going to be the best long-term growth-wise. That's why I'm there. Now, if you want to grow on any streaming platform, here's my little nugget for you. The best way to do it is create content you love on another platform that's not a streaming platform that's easily discoverable. Look at TikTok. You can have somebody that blows up to 1 million followers, no lie, in a month because of something that went viral or the content they create is truly loved and adored. I've seen people jump to the tens or hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok like nothing. So that's definitely a discoverable platform. If you create offline videos that are beneficial and valuable for people, YouTube is a great place to put those. It definitely helps. That's a great way to do it. Sometimes you're gonna have to get creative. You might have to think up a path that nobody else has thought of yet in this industry. This is literally wide open. You can create the path that you have envisioned and dreamed, and I sure hope that you do. And if you want to talk about any of these statistics that we've talked about today, any of these numbers, any thoughts that I may have that you have, join me live on Twitch. I stream there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The link is below. And make sure that you visit me next time because we're going to be breaking down even more streamer numbers come in our next video. So make sure you click that like, subscribe, and smash that bell for notifications because I look forward to seeing you next time.